Hi everybody, I'm really excited because I'm here today with a video that you've been requesting a lot, which is a home tour. I had it in my head that I need to clean for you or something, and I realized I don't want to make it a whole thing. I just want to film this as if you're a friend that popped by unannounced for a cup of coffee. So my house is just how my house always is. But that said, I'm a little bit of a clean freak if you ask my husband, so it's not bad or anything. I actually have so much I want to share on this topic. I'm thinking I might even do a series because, like I've talked about before, I live in a studio apartment, so it is really small. It's about 800 square feet. So it's big for a studio, but to give you some backstory, my husband and I moved here we live in Los Angeles. We moved here from Savannah, Georgia, where we had a 4-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms and a huge backyard, and it was so different because it's a lot cheaper to live in Savannah, Georgia than it is to live in Los Angeles. So when we first moved out here, it would have been a crazy amount of downsizing to get rid of everything all at once. So I'm really glad the way we did it was we first moved into a 2-bedroom apartment that was pretty far out on the outskirts of town so that we could afford it. It was still way more than we ever paid for our house in Georgia, but we downsized from the 4 bedrooms to the 2 bedrooms, and then after living in LA for about a year and a half, we were okay, we know the area we want to move to. We can't afford anything more than a studio, so let's just bite the bullet and just downsize. And I have to say, I have loved it. It is so easy. I can clean my whole place so fast, in 15 minutes, you know? The 4-bedroom house that we used to have, I felt like I was always playing catch up. I was always behind. It was almost like another job on top of, my real job and my husband's real job, and it was too much for us. We don't have kids. There was just no reason for that much house. So for us, for our lifestyle, a studio totally works. Like I said, we don't have kids. We have 2 dogs, but they're really small, and they, are not super rambunctious. They pretty much just sleep in the sunshine all day. Studio life just works really well for us. We love being together. My husband and I aren't the kind of couple that gets sick of each other, really. We don't usually need space, but if we do, the place where we live has retail and restaurants downstairs, so we just, you can just walk outside if you need some space, or if you just want to go put in your headphones and sit alone at a coffee shop or something. So as far as that aspect of a studio goes, it hasn't been an issue for us at all. We just really enjoy living together. I enjoy the fact I can be in the kitchen making breakfast and my husband's still in bed and we're talking. That part is great. The only thing that's been a struggle is storage and downsizing that much. So the first thing I want to mention that has really helped in all of that is this book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This book kind of took the world by storm, I feel like, and she has such an awesome philosophy on minimalism and only having things that truly actually bring you joy. And if it doesn't bring you joy, it shouldn't be in your house. And so when I read this book, it spoke to me, and this was I read it when we were living in our 2-bedroom apartment. And so I did this huge purge of the 2-bedroom apartment, whittled it way down. And then, as fate would have it, we wound up moving into the studio shortly afterward. So I was I got this. It was really easy transition to a studio thanks to this book. So this has really helped. I kind of have a personal philosophy of luxury minimalism, I guess I would say, where I do, I love my Louis Vuitton, I love to have nice things, but I don't have a lot of nice things. And I just think that's a good philosophy. You don't have to have a lot of stuff, especially if the stuff you have is nice and you love it and you take good care of it. So highly recommend this book. The other book I want to mention, it's not really a book, it is an institute. And that institute is The Fly Lady. I don't know if you've heard of her. She is awesome. She has this this is her book called Sync Reflections. Her real name is Marla Silly, but she got her life and her house organized even though she wasn't a born organized person, and she has this fantastic system. So she has a whole website devoted to it. She has several books about it, but this is the one I really wanted to recommend to you guys. She has a Facebook page. If you get on her email list, she'll email you 10 times a day. It's intense. It's a whole thing. But I really like her system, and I used to be into it years ago, back when we had that 4-bedroom house, and I needed it. I really needed it. I was working a full-time job outside of the home. My husband, you know, bless his heart, he's not big on like the domestic arts. So taking care of the house was pretty much on me. And this book really helped me to like break it down, make it doable, so that even after a 9-hour day at the office, I could come home and the house would be relatively clean. Like, the book is called Sink Reflections because one of her big things is like, keep your sink clean and shiny. And that sounds so simple, but it brings me joy. Like, when I see the clean sink, I feel so good. And you'll see when we do the tour, like, I do keep my house pretty minimalistic, you know, not a lot of clutter out thanks to this book. And then I also keep it clean. Like, honestly, like I said, I didn't clean for you guys. Like, I use this philosophy of basically doing a little bit each day, and it's always clean, because your house should be clean for you, not just for guests. Like, she's all about having daily routines and checklists, and I'm gonna get into it in another video because I really, really recommend it. I love her system, and that's how my house is clean. There's a couple other tips I wanted to give. When you're organizing your house, for me, the biggest thing is make it easy to put things away. Like, if you're organizing your pantry and the cereal looks awesome, like on the top shelf all lined up and it's really pretty there, don't put it there, because like nobody's gonna get on their tippy toes and reach, and like kids aren't gonna be able to reach it, and it's gonna be out of the way. So when your husband goes to put his cereal back in the morning, let's hope he does, he's not gonna reach all the way up there, he's gonna shove it on the front shelf, you know? So when I organize, I always think like, not how do I get this out, it's how do I put this back? Because the secret to staying organized and clean and like having your shit under control is putting things back. It's really that simple. It's like something you teach a child. So when I'm organizing, when I'm laying out my house, I always ask myself like, is this easy to put back? And if the answer is no, then I redo it until it is. The other thing I would say though, given that, is also to make things look nice. Like, you know, you have to live in your space at the end of the day, and you have to be okay with it. Like, I can't think in a cluttered, messy place. So yeah, I could store so much stuff in this apartment if I just stacked it to the, you know, the roof beams, but it wouldn't look nice and I wouldn't feel good. And like, when you're at home, you need to feel good. You need to feel peaceful and zen and like clear-headed. And so I do think it's important to take into account like how things look and how that makes you feel. So I would just encourage you to think outside the box and literally consider that anything can be storage. Under your bed can be great storage space that's just wasted. Empty suitcases that you only use twice a year on trips, they're just sitting there empty the rest of the time, that can be storage. If you need an ottoman to put your feet up, get the kind that the lid comes off and you can store inside of it. So just look around your space and try and think of like what can serve a dual purpose that way. Like, get a coffee table that's a huge chest and then fill it with blankets, you know? Just anything like that will help so much in a small space, and yet at the same time it can still look good because on the outside it's just a bed, it's just an ottoman. You don't realize the secret storage that's going on underneath. So the last thing I want to say is just really do consider the small space thing if you're open to it. Like I said, we love where we live location-wise, but also just the complex we're in. And like, frankly, there's no way we can afford to live here if we had anything more than a studio. So the fact that we were open, and for the record, I wasn't open to it. It was my husband who was like, oh, let's check out the studios there. And I was like, there's no way we could live in a studio. But now I almost would never go back, you know, unless we have kids one day or something. Like, for now, I love studio life, and I totally want to stay in a smaller space, you know, forever. It's just so much easier. But anyway, just be open to it, because even if you're in a studio, so you're paying the cheapest rent in your whole complex, you still get the same amenities as the people in the penthouse suite in your building. So, you know, we have access to like a really nice apartment gym, pool, hot tub, steam room, like stuff we would never get for the rent we're paying anywhere else. So all that said, I'm gonna show you the tour now. Thank you guys so much for coming over. I'm so excited to show you my place. Okay, welcome to our apartment. When you come in, you enter into the kitchen. I have this milk and honey art print from Etsy that I love. And then over here is just kind of like an entry nook. I have this little mirror. It's literally just from Walmart. It's good to like check your teeth before you leave, that kind of thing. Up here is this really cute print that a friend of ours had like commissioned for us. And then under it, I have this little shelf from, where's this from? The Container Store. And it's just got lots of hooks, and a shelf. It's kind of a catch-all, like lint roller, because you know you need to do that like right before you leave sometimes. Sunglasses, my keys. I don't know why that's here. It's a random hair clip. These little guys are sort of special to me. They were things my dad brought back for me when I was a kid. He would travel for work sometimes, and he would bring me back like just kind of kitschy touristy stuff, I guess. I always keep them by my door, like just kind of for safe travels. I have this little shot glass of $1 bills, so like if I need to tip the delivery man or something, I can grab those out. Then here we have like the leashes hanging. I have a purse, just like an easy, quick purse to throw on if I need it. Headphones, like if I'm heading out to the gym, that kind of thing. And then here is the kitchen. So it's an open layout, obviously, because it's a studio. Which I love having the kitchen open to the entertaining. So like if we have people over, even if it's just me and Nate, like if I'm in here making dinner and he's like in there doing something, we could still be talking. So I love that. We've just got a dishwasher. I try to keep the counters really open because I find that clutter just collects on counters all the time. But I do like to keep flowers out. Couple things here. One is a huge part of the Fly Ladies like whole system is that you have to keep your sink clean and shiny, and I love that policy. It's honestly life-changing because it's pretty easy to keep your sink this way. I just dry it off after I use it. Like once I put all the dishes away, I dry it off and it stays like this, and then I like shine it with Windex once in a while. See that like gleam? It's not perfect right now, but in general I just try to keep it looking that good, because when you just see it, it just gives you a burst of like, oh, okay, I achieved something, like my life is under control. It just feels really good. And then, okay, another stupid little thing I wanted to say is this tray. I think I just got this little tray at Home Goods, and then I just have the soap and lotion from Anthropology. But I always try to keep things on trays because I find that otherwise, like, clutter attracts clutter and more things will just kind of appear there. So I always try to keep stuff like contained. Like I love this thing because it's like dish brushes have a place, my sink plug has a place, my soap has a place. This is just like from Target. If I can find it, I'll link it. But point is, I try to keep stuff like contained. So like over here, it gets a little more, not that it's cluttered, it's just that when I first read that book that I was just talking about, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, she basically says like have nothing on your counter ever. So at first I did that. Like I took everything off my counters. They all looked that clean and it felt really good. But then I kind of decided it's just something homey about having stuff out in the kitchen. So, you know, whatever, I do have stuff out now. But here is the rest of the kitchen counters. I've got my Swiffers kind of in the way. This is my control journal. That's part of the Fly Lady system. I'm going to definitely do a whole nother video on that. This little basket is full of stuff I use every day, and I'm just like, why not keep that out on the counter? And then I have like my blender, my fruit basket. I just started doing this because my aunt, she told me her mom always kept a candle burning on the stove, and I just thought that was like the coziest, sweetest little idea. So I've been doing that. Again, I have it on like a little tray and keep the lighter there, so I'm like, no excuses not to light it, because I used to be one of those people that, I don't know, I would never light candles because I didn't want to like quote waste them, and that's silly. So love having that burning. It is pumpkin chai by Nest. It is so amazing. My whole house smells like pumpkin amazingness. This is my wine opener. I love how it glows blue, and I don't really keep a lot of appliances out like I was just saying, but this is so worth it. It's amazing. Then I just have this little tray again of like my most used seasonings and my straws. You guys know I love my straws. That's our coffee pots and espresso. Over here I have my vitamins, so I can just easily take those every day. And this is just sitting out because I was just on my laptop and drinking my water. And just look at my fridge real quick. It's pretty organized, but it's also pretty packed. I don't know, honestly, I could do a whole video on my fridge. So just let me know what you guys are interested in. That is the kitchen. We have this little gate here because when people come to the door, our dogs would ambush them. I know they look really chill right now. They're laying over there in the sun. Lazy bums. But this gate really helps. Like when somebody knocks on the door, they don't race to the door and bark and freak out. So there's that. That's their little water bowls and food bowl. And then we have some bar stools, the other side of the kitchen in here. These are our other pets. These are really my husband's pride and joy. This one's a baby. He's gonna grow up to look like the other ones. They're so pretty. Betta fish. And aren't those bowls cool? I swear I get more compliments on those fish bowls than anything. I will link them below. They're just from Amazon, like everything. Then I have this little print that I just made and framed to go over our bar cart. Then in here, we've got this little dresser thing from Home Goods. Really cool, like faux leather luggage kind of look, and it's got extra kitchen storage in it because, I don't know if you noticed, that's not the biggest kitchen. There's not a ton of storage, so. Like I said, I can do a whole separate video on how I make my kitchen storage situation work. This table's from IKEA. These chairs are from Amazon. I have my little fall decor out. These are our salt and pepper shakers. They look like the trash cans at Disneyland. I have them on a tray because I'm obsessed with trays. Oh, and then that is the day that we got married. I had that made on Etsy, a really cool little shop. And yeah, that's that. And then we're coming into the living area. I mean, it's all one room, but we'll do it in sections. These are the chairs from our wedding. We had a like movie themed wedding at a film studio. So we sat in director's chairs with our names on them, and now I use them as like, what would you call it? Like a launch pad or like a landing pad. Like, you know, when you come in the house, like where you set your crap basically. So I keep my purse and mine. My husband's not home right now, but when he is, like, I'm sorry, are we disrupting you, little lady? Look at these lazy bums. You need to get a job. Anyway, that's where he keeps his backpack. If there's something like I know he needs to take to work, I will just throw it in that chair, and that way it's kind of easy. It's like, it's there, so he knows he needs to take it. And we have our little entertainment center from IKEA, all decked out for fall because I am obsessed. And then just to give you like that view from here. And there's our couch. It is also from IKEA, very comfy, not big, but works out perfect. I have this little acrylic side table from Amazon. Coffee table from IKEA, yet another pumpkin candle because I'm obsessed and it smells so good. That one's from Bath & Body Works. We have our balcony out here, and then this is another piece from IKEA. When we moved across the country, we got rid of everything. We pretty much just repurchased it all at IKEA. So this is my pink typewriter from Michael's. I love it. I'm a writer and editor, so I kind of have a thing for typewriters. This is a vintage one. Sorry about the lighting. This thing I forgot to turn on for you guys. This is from Target. So that's the living room. Then this is like the desk area. We have this bookshelf from IKEA. My husband has a sword because why wouldn't every man have a sword? I don't know. It's a whole thing actually. Like one of my friends has a theory that like cool people always have swords. I wouldn't personally own a sword, but my husband does. And there's like some of his toys and some of my toys because we are children. This is like his favorite superhero is Daredevil. So this is a little Daredevil I had made to look like him. How cool is that? And then I painted that Batman for him for one Christmas. And then those are his other little figurines that he collects. And then those are my Disney things. And yeah, we are apparently like 12 years old. Anyway, so that's our books. We've really pared our book collection way down. I kind of see, look, we're overgrowing it a little bit. I need to pare it down some more, but it's a work in progress. Then this is my desk nook. I have some Disney art prints. These are just little sketches that we made at Disney and I just put them on the wall because they make me happy. That was a Pluto that I drew, and that was a baby Groot that Nate drew. He's so good at drawing. Then over here, this is actually where I keep my makeup. A lot of times I'll just do my makeup sitting here. That's a mirror that's folded up. Or I'll just take that whole tray or that like little makeup collection that I've shown you guys before. I'll just take it into the bathroom and do it there, or I'll take it by the window if I want light, like just whatever. And then when I'm not doing my makeup here, this is my workspace. It's like just one of those small apartment things where you have to multitask, so that's what I did. And that is my vision board for the year. And then over here is our bedroom area. I've got this huge New York print from IKEA, which we love. It's so cool. I think I've showed you, or maybe I just did on Instagram. This is like our Beauty and the Beast themed bedding situation. Those pillows are from Amazon, so I'll link those. That's my Build-A-Bear that I've shown before. I love it. It's the Beast, and he's wearing like a little robe right now. So cute. I also have like the full Beast outfit, and like I said, we're 12 years old. Then over here is like just a mirror. That's a little storage ottoman, bedside table, and that's everything. These screens are from Amazon. Obviously they don't provide like total like privacy, or they don't really block the space apart. I just think visually it helps to kind of, when you're in a studio, kind of have a visual separation of like, okay, this is the bedroom area and this is the living area. And I also feel like when people come visit, it's just maybe slightly less awkward. Like they don't feel like, oh, I'm in your bedroom. But that said, Nate and I don't always keep that screen up because we love the open floor concept. Like we're totally comfortable with how open it is in here, and we just think it's really fun. And then in here is the bathroom, which I've kind of shown before. I did a whole, my first video ever was actually like reorganize the bathroom with me. So I won't really go into a ton of detail here, but this is that. I keep this little like, the bathroom counter is just always soaking, so I keep a towel out just to dry it off. And then I have like, this is the toilet nook. I have my Marilyn Monroe art. And here is the laundry room, if you could call it that. We have stacking washer and dryer. And this is kind of another small space tip I wanted to show you. I use the dryer for storage because I only do laundry 1 day a week, and it's like, why am I wasting the space the other 6 days a week? So I store my beach towels in here. A huge tip, if you do anything like this, be really purposeful. Like I roll them up nicely and I put them in here as cutely as I can, because if I just threw them in there loose and didn't fold them or roll them, it would feel like, okay, so this is a trash can and I can treat it like that. So I just try to keep it as nice as I can, but still use it for storage. I have laundry stuff up there. Have my ironing board over on this side, cleaning supplies on that side. And here, another small space thing. This is my jewelry organizer. Got it on Amazon. I will link it. Oh my gosh, I was looking for those sunglasses. Totally forgot where those were. So this just hangs on the back of the door. It's so convenient. You can put bracelets, necklaces hang in here. There's like all these little pockets that you can stick all sorts of stuff in, more necklace hangers, and then little earring pockets. It's really handy just for, you know, like costume jewelry, just to have it all in one place. And then that is the closet straight back through there. Showers over here. I'm gonna do a whole like what's in my shower with me video. Well, not shower with me, but you know what I mean, like my shower routine. But I'll save that for another video for time's sake, and I will show you the closet. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you guys, I also have storage under the bed. So I have these plastic storage containers. They're all labeled, so it's easy to see what's in what on this side. And then that's obviously not the most attractive, so I kind of hide it with the bedspread. I actually got this second blanket just to hide the storage under that side of the bed. And then the way we can fit everything is the bed's on these ugly risers off of Amazon. Gives us a bunch more height to fit stuff. This is just like a basic IKEA bed, so it's really short, like most of their furniture is. But, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. So under here, I have like my hats, my purses, like our tools, and then on this side, there's suitcases all the way down. And I figure suitcases are just like wasted space when you're not traveling, so they're full of out-of-season clothes, like bulky sweaters and jackets, things like that, just extra storage. And you kind of can't tell when I have the bed made that there's all that ugly storage going on underneath. But it works. Okay, heading into the closet. Like I warned you guys, it's not pretty. It's definitely not a glamorous closet, but it doubles as linen closet, coat rack, actual clothing closet. We have our dresser in here. Our dogs live in here. It does a lot. Oh, and storage space. So I'll just take you through it. On the back of the door, I'm all about using the back of the door space. So I have a little hat rack, and I have a robe problem. Like that's 4 robes right there. And then in the closet, I also have some more robes. This side is my clothing. Up there is storage. I told you it's not cute. And then here I have all of these little hanging organizers, our dresser, more storage, and my husband's side. So I'll just take you through in more detail. There's the doggy beds. They are actually really sweet about staying in here. They seem to like cozy little places like that. So they totally love. Here, let's see. Lolita, DC, get in your house. Come get in your house. Come on, guys. Oh, who's a good girl? Oh, who's a good boy? Yeah, I don't know. I think they find it cozy because they also love to get under our bed. So they're sweet, good doggies. They sleep in there, and then if we're not home, they stay in there because they have some issues with tearing our house up. But luckily, I work from home, so they don't have to go in there a lot. But anyway. Up here is my husband's side. Luckily, he's so low maintenance that, let's see, like from here back is actually our coat closet. So those are both of our coats. They're color coordinated, like mine are on pink hangers and his are on these cream colored hangers. Then this is his actual clothes. It's like, it's all organized. It's just crammed together for space sake. So it's like long sleeve button-ups, short sleeve button-ups, dress pants, jeans, khakis. Then we have our dirty laundry. This is so embarrassing, you guys. I make these silly little paintings for my husband as gifts. Like, it's just this silly thing I do, and I hide them in our closet because I don't want people to see them. This little bin is full of like my memories from childhood, things of memories of my parents, stuff that I just would never part with. And then that's my husband's bin. So we each have one bin and we try to like contain it to that. Up there, those shoe boxes are full of like his toys. Literally his toys he needs to go through. Back there I have our wreaths. I have some lighting that I'm not using, and my stuffed owl from the movie Lost in Translation that I love. Then up here, that is our pool / beach bag. My MCM backpack. I have all my other purses stored under the bed, but that one's just kind of too big, so it lives in here. That's our Disney bag. That's my cooler. And then that is a box of memories from our wedding. All of these containers are from IKEA. So this is a shoe organizer. That's all my husband's shoes. Thank God, he is so easy. They all fit in one. This one is a towel hanger. I have all our towels, bedding, extra sheets, stuff like that. Then I have 3 shoe organizers back here, and I kind of have the shoes doubled up. And so it's not ideal, but it does work. Like if you're in a small space, you gotta just roll with it. Then over here for my clothes, I just have my jeans, nice t-shirts, you know, like just the ones I want to hang so they don't get wrinkly. Nicer casual shirts, nicer dressier shirts, sweaters, button-ups, more robes because I honestly have a problem, and coats and dresses. And then I think I showed you a lot of our extra clothes also go in storage under the bed. And down there is our vacuum. Up here is just our lockbox. Those are gifts that I got for Christmas already because I'm crazy. And then this is like holiday decoration storage. I just have it labeled by season and what is in the bin. And then down here is just our dresser. That left side is mine and the right side is his. I kind of bleed over onto his side a little bit, but he's pretty cool about it. And if you guys want like a dresser tour, let me know. But basically, this ugly little closet is how we store everything in our tiny studio apartment. Okay, so that's my place. Thank you guys so much for watching my little tour video and requesting it. Let me know if you want this to turn into a series, if there's anything I showed you that you would like to see more of or you have questions about. You know I'm always totally open to that and I love sharing with you guys. So thanks again for watching. Please hit subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps to support my channel and I really want to keep doing videos for you. So thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.